everybody, Brandon Jones here. I'm joined by Kyle Bossman.
Hi, everybody.
Mr. Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
These two guys are really sick of me talking about Star Wars. I talk about Star Wars a lot. We've scored movie trailers for Star Wars. We've scored Disney Infinity trailers for Star Wars.
No, Brandon, you know that's because things are so good right now.
It's really great. I mean, I'm gonna
like-
milk it. I'm gonna milk it as much as I can.
We've been waiting years for things to be this good with Star Wars.
And I think things got this good with this trailer. I think this is a fantastic trailer. I know I'm a broken record with that, but I will explain it, so let's get into it.
It is unavoidable. We will witness the destruction of the Alliance and the end of this insignificant rebellion.
This is called the launch trailer, y'all. This is the launch trailer for Star Wars Battlefront.
It's like 3-4 weeks early.
Yeah, at least three. There's all sorts of stuff going on in this trailer. The one thing, you've heard me say this before, that like not a huge fan of is that we do revisit some stuff. We revisit some modes. We see a lot of Hoth. I don't know if that was the biggest play, because that was clearly what people played like a ton of. And just to be like, remember Hoth? You're like, yes, I want to see some new planets. I want to see some new stuff. But we do see some new stuff. We see three things I think this trailer does very well. Not a lot of new modes and weapons and just generally gameplay functionality. Like, it is a lot of stuff that we've seen. We've seen speeder bikes go. We've seen AT-ATs and AT-STs. Get some new aliens, which is fun. They just kind of throw in there. I mean, not new aliens, in the Star Wars universe, but we were just boring humans when we were playing the beta. So I like that they didn't really focus on that. We don't see a character creation screen. They just kind of throw some aliens in there, and it's they definitely did stand out for me. The new characters are great. We see Leia for the first time. We see Boba Fett, who was just teased before. We hear him. We kind of get an idea of what map he's going to be on. We see Luke again, and we get some Emperor kicking ass. He starts off the trailer by talking, and we see him. A little bit of a gameplay tease at the end. And there's some really great transitions in this that are actually could have been very stylized, but are not. They are actually just straight gameplay cuts. And while the camera is obviously set up in a very specific way, like it might be a gameplay session or it might be something canned, I do like that it's just as simple as going from an explosion of one ATST to the explosion of another ATST, and then boom, you're right into another world. And I think it does a great job of really capturing the scale and the anarchy of Battlefront. I think that's one of my favorite things I took away from the beta, is just how nuts everything was. That I could like jump into a game and have a TIE fighter just land on me, and then I wasn't really frustrated. I just kind of enjoyed it, no matter what. If I just turned the corner and there was Vader and he threw a lightsaber at me and I'm dead. There's nothing I can do. And music, which I can maybe get into later. You should probably talk, Kyle. Get your hood up like a Jedi.
Yeah, I do. Gosh, the music. Every Star Wars trailer gets Star Wars points because of the music and everything. Here's what my takeaways from this trailer in particular are. It's that one shot I think is really what this whole trailer is about. It's the shot where you are on Hoth, and I say you even. You see a character, a normal guy, look up at the Millennium Falcon in awe. And I think that's us. I think that's meant to be like us.
And there are a lot of things that are playing on it. There's a Star Wars TV spot out there right now, which actually might trailer score before the game comes out, because it is a very interesting trailer. There's a lot. Walmart has a classic trailer. There's a lot of like, remember when you and the kid and the Kenner toys and you and your friends and stuff
absolutely.
like
I've seen that.
Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah, actually,
and
it's kind of funny though to say that, because it would be like you looking at it, because in that world, like, the Millennium Falcon's a piece of junk. Like, nobody in there is going to actually care to look at it.
Well, I mean, like, I will say, I mean, like, this might just be Han and his pride, but he does say, like, you have never heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah.
And he does say to people on Hoth specifically, like, I'm going to get Leia out on the Falcon, and they know what he's talking about. So, like, in episode 4, probably, but by 5, like, he was working out the ranks of the rebellion. Like, they definitely knew that ship. And so I think it's, I think there's a lot of things going on there. First and foremost, I think that shot's a little cheesy, actually.
Really?
Looking up. Only because it is the launch trailer. Like, if this was the introduction to Battlefront, if this was, like, the first time I had seen gameplay, and you kind of want to remind me, like, yeah, the Falcon's going to be there. It's like, I've seen the Falcon flying, so the Falcon just chilling in the Hoth base, doesn't really do a lot for me. But the only thing that I can get from that, if I really want to get into, like, geeky lore stuff, is that, like, if the Empire does take the Hoth base, they will take the Falcon. They'll probably destroy it. And so, like, that's him maybe thinking that there are these stakes, that, like, I don't, the Falcon's here, man. We can't let him take the base. The Falcon's in it. But yeah, they are playing on huge. Like, I got the Lego Millennium Falcon sitting right on my desk, right next to where I'm watching this trailer.
As far as criticisms go, I don't know how impactful the Palpatine reveal is. We see Luke brush some stormtroopers away, and then Palpatine's there and shoots some lightning at him. It doesn't have the same impact, certainly, as that first trailer did when we first saw Darth Vader or something like that, those reveals.
Well, Luke also does the same thing. He rushes
Right.
the enemy with the lightsaber, slashes at it, and that goes to title. So you're like,
Yeah.
I've already seen him do that.
Yeah.
He also, I think they like copied the same shot. They like cut to a different angle, and you see him do a little like womp like while he's in midair, and that just kind of like kills the momentum for me. I don't think you need that shot.
Sure.
It'd be I'd just make that quick at the end there, because if you're gonna show me Palpatine kicking ass, great. Show me Palpatine. If you're gonna cut away, great. But don't hold on the, don't make the cutaway really long. I do also like that the trailer starts with soldiers. You hear these generals talking to their soldiers. You hear the Emperor talking to the Empire. We're going to crush this rebellion.
Yeah.
You hear Akbar talking to the troops. It's like, I know we in between a rock and a hard place, but we gotta win this fight. And so it does capture that sense that like you are not. I mean, you can be Luke if you get lucky, but really most of the time you're just going to be this this cog in this giant wheel of this intergalactic war. And I like that even at launch, even right before the game comes out, they're still focusing on that.
Yeah, I think the transitions are definitely one of the highlights on this for sure. I feel it's weird because like Battlefront is obviously not a super story heavy or anything like that, but like the tone is so weird. Like when I do see those characters I recognize, I just feel like here's some dude cosplaying as Vader or something. Like the way that they come in and they move and like Boba Fett's little line about not gonna let that happen.
Yeah,
It's this weird it's this irreverent sense that just I don't know if it quite works for me. It's a little funny, but man, it's like showing off the lighting and everything in all of these different environments. Definitely, I mean that's definitely a win to show off all the hard work that they put in on that front.
It might not seem very impactful to just play the main Star Wars theme and just have a huge gameplay montage to it. But if you go back and actually look at all the trailers, like they haven't overdone it. They've actually like kind of focused on different things. Even the movie trailers have done a really good job of just kind of like not oversaturating us with the same Star Wars track over and over and over again. I love that Han is introduced before the theme actually even starts. Like when he comes in, they don't like blast the main chunk of the theme, like the heart of the theme, while he's going. It's just kind of the build, so it doesn't suggest like, oh, here comes Han and now we won. It's like, no, Vader's blocking him. Like there's still this is just the beginning of the next part of the fight, and especially for the launch trailer, I like just having this big meaty with the main theme montage right at the beginning. I actually hate the titles that they bring up. They're like Battle for the Heart of the Star Wars Galaxy or something, or like Battle for the Star Wars Galaxy, which like takes us away from looking at the game to just look at stupid yellow text. And it's like, oh, we don't need this. Like, I think it'd be so much better if you actually just threw like 2 more shots in there. And we get, we see, in-air battles that we hadn't seen. Like they do throw a lot of new stuff in here. I could see people kind of being oversaturated with Star Wars. I could see it being, frustrating to hear me just gush about these trailers over and over again when, like, there's all sorts of great indie trailers that came out during Paris Games Week, and here I am talking about Battlefront. But I could have... This trailer came out amidst a lot of other things at Paris Game Week, and it still got me. It still got me really excited. And I played a ton of the beta. Like, I should be really sick of this game.
I really do like that shot on Endor, though, the jetpack shot.
Yeah.
It's this...
You're not expecting that. You're not expecting him to just go flying into the air, or if you to follow the guy in front of you who just gets taken out by a grenade or a ATST shot or something. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't apologize for being a Star Wars fan, but I'll give this a 9. It's just this makes me happy.
No, I mean, shoot, I'll do 8.8 on this. I think that even if you are not a Star Wars fan, if all of this looks ridiculous to you, you can look at this trailer and analyze it and see a good trailer. The way it escalates, the way that, some of the edits, I think you called them cheesy. I think they're great. Just like the way they'll cut together. The way characters are revealed, Princess Leia, being able to be Princess Leia isn't a big deal to me, but the way they reveal her, let feet first come up and then see her, like, the person behind her. You're like, oh, I'm supporting Princess Leia. That's kind of interesting. But it is coming at the end, and it's hard for your launch trailer to be your best trailer, and I think that's definitely the case with this one, because those first 2 were so impactful, and this one is kind of just like, we're used to this at this point. Sadly enough, we're used to Star Wars being this great, and you gotta lead to something excellent at the end. Props for no pre-order at the end.
Well, if it's a launch trailer, then you would have, essentially it's intended to be at launch, right?
Sure.
But that's what's weird about calling someone a launch trailer a month away. I guess I'll go with an 8.5. There's a lot to like in there. There's just some things that also kind of throw me off a little bit.
8.8 winds up being the aggregate score for Star Wars Battlefront, the launch trailer.
So you're saying I nailed it?
You nailed it. You're right on the pulse.
You know what? Here's what I want to say about this trailer. I think it incorporates you amazingly. Like I mean, I think they have to show off all the characters who were just announced, the Han Solo and Palpatine and everything. But I think that in a weird way, it shows us as the person who plays the game and incorporates us into this. And I think that's what's incredible about it.
And I think you brought up, Palpatine at the end. I think the trailer also does a good job of being like, these are pivotal moments in the Star Wars universe. But it's also just Star Wars, just blow stuff up, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of do like that vibe
Yeah.
of like Luke. Like, in what context does this take place? It's like when I go on Star Tours at Disneyland and I'm like, there's another Death Star? Wait, where's it? This doesn't make any sense. You're not, I'm like...
Star Tours is canon, though.
I'm the nerd that's looking into it like way too closely. It's like special edition. They should have put some Star Tours like vehicles in the back there. But I just love like Luke force pushing a couple like stormtroopers on Endor, just walking around. When like in truth he was actually having a very emotional moment like in the films, but he's just like stomping around Endor at night.
Yeah.
And, there's the Emperor. Like, Emperor,
It's still a video
don't make me
game.
slap you around with my lightsaber. Like,
Yeah.
It's just so great, and I think that's one of the reasons why people are enjoying Star Wars so much this year. Is like we're really allowed to have fun with Star Wars. Like all the things that have come up with Star Wars have been really fun. There's no like stupid shows that we're just like that thing we got to deal with, or some other like thing that's gonna come with the like animated film that's gonna launch with the movie or something. There's just nothing. There's no bitter pills to swallow with Star Wars. It's just all fun. It just all seems like, hey, here are the toys that you remember. Go play with them. So well done EA. Well done Disney. For all the Star Wars stuff. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you,
Thank
Bloodworth.
you.
See, what happened was, the reason why you're the medium is I'm the big fanboy, and then Blood's like the